Hey there, it's Coach Action Jackson. I wanted to make this video and talk about how I'm able to eat an insane amount of cupcakes like these 3 I'm about to eat right now and still maintain my 6-pack lean physique 365 days out of the year. So I am the newest member of the Sprinkles Red Velvet Club, and I'm gonna almost guarantee, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm probably the most ripped and in shape guy in the Sprinkles Red Velvet Club. That might not be right. I might be overstating it, but I'm gonna make a guess there and say that I probably am. And again, I do maintain my 6-pack abs 365 days out of the year. So I'm about to crush these cupcakes, and people always want to know, like, do you really eat the cupcakes? Do you throw up afterwards? Like, how are you doing this? Is it genetics? Like, what is it? Well, the first thing I'll say, and oh, here's the proof that I'm in the Red Velvet Club, by the way. As you can see, Red Velvet Club, I've had 43 visits year to date so far. We're in June, it's gonna be July, so 43 visits so far this year. I've been there a few times, and I definitely earned the Red Velvet Club. That means I get to skip the line and I get a free dozen on my birthday, by the way. If you haven't heard of the Sprinkles Red Velvet Club, it's pretty awesome. So anyway, so people always want to know, is it genetics? Do you just work out all the time? Like, what is it? Yes, obviously I do work out during the week, but you cannot out-train a bad diet. I will say that time and time again. I've seen it with clients. You can't out-train a bad diet. If you ate crappy foods all the time, you're not going to be able to out-train that. So what is it, Jackson? What's the secret? And here is the thing. Here's the thing. Most people are not very intentional with the way that they consume food, calories, etc. They're not very intentional with the way that they eat. They're not strategic at all, really. What do? They start on Monday, they're gonna try to eat healthy. They have a good day on Monday, maybe then they extend that into Tuesday, they work out once or twice, they're on a roll. Wednesday comes around, there's some cake, birthday cake at the office. Oh my God, everybody's eating birthday. I have to have some cake because everyone's gonna be there. So they have a piece of cake. Oh, well, people are going out for drinks afterwards, so I gotta have a couple drinks now. So then they do that. Obviously, that's a cheat. Then on Thursday, they come back. Oh, they're feeling guilty. They get a good day in on Thursday. Well, Friday, it's the weekend, right? It's the weekend. Going out to dinner tonight. It's exciting. Then they go out to dinner. They eat dessert because all their friends are eating dessert. There's an appetizer. So, oh my God, you gotta try this appetizer. And it's like, oh, geez. Well, now they blew out their diet for the week. Oh, okay, well, it's a weekend now, Saturdays. That's how most people conduct their nutrition. It's a very up and down with a lot more cheating going on, a lot more cheat meals and bad unhealthy foods and alcohol consumption than there is days where they're actually hitting their numbers, they're eating healthy foods, and they're staying on track and on point. But what people also tend to do is they also tend to lie to themselves. They'll eat things and say, well, that doesn't count. And trust me, I know how this works. I know how this game works. Like I try to do it sometimes too. Like I like these Trader Joe's peanut butter cups, these little ones. I keep them around because I eat these on a pretty regular basis. And when I do eat these, I do track them as part of my macros. So I always make sure I fit them within when I'm eating during the week. But I'm telling you, I've had instances where I've eaten one of these and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna track that. It's just whatever. And I'll catch myself and I'll be like, Jackson, don't even think about going there. Track it, because you know it's 60 calories and 60 calories is 60 calories. But what most people do is they give themselves all these little treats and excuses throughout the week. And then when it comes to the weekend or whatever, or they go to Sprinkles, they're like, okay, now this is my cheat day because it's Friday or it's Saturday or whatever. But they kind of negate and forget about the fact that they've already had 2 or 3 cheat days and 3 cheat meals throughout the week. It was the cake on Wednesday, the birthday cake and the drinks, and then the Friday dinner, and then this and that. All these things, and it all adds up. And they're like, why am I not getting results? How come I can't eat cupcakes and get results and have a 6-pack too? It doesn't make sense. It's not fair. And that's kind of the attitude that it is. But they're fooling themselves. They're really fooling themselves, and they're lying to themselves about what their true behavior is. And if they had a camera on them all the time or they track their food better, they would see where those inconsistencies are. So the way I'm able to do this, the way I'm able to take a Friday or a Saturday, have a couple of pieces of pizza, 2 or 3 cupcakes, you know, and really go for it and enjoy myself is because number one, yes, I do work out during the week, and the workouts I do, it's my STC method, strength training cardio. So I'm getting cardio and weight training and lifting at the same time. So I already know my metabolism is just cranked and primed, and I'm burning anywhere between 2,500 and 3,000 calories a day. So there's that, okay? I do have that going for me. But really, because this is what I teach to my clients, it's more about intentionality with your nutrition and your food. And this is what how I teach my clients to be able to do this too. Because my clients do not restrict. Yes, they eat healthy 80% of the time, but they do enjoy themselves, and they do eat, whether it's cupcakes or Trader Joe's peanut butter cups or whatever, they do enjoy that stuff, and pizza and everything else too. And they still get crazy, awesome results. And the way I teach them to do it is, again, intentionality around their food. So when you dial things in and you're hitting your numbers Monday through Friday, now today is Friday, it's Friday afternoon, so I'm gonna have my cupcakes on Friday. Saturday, I'm gonna have everything dialed in, back in, and maybe I'll have, I don't know, maybe I'll have a slice of pizza or two tomorrow afternoon, I don't know. But I haven't thought that far ahead yet. But I'm not gonna go crazy all day tomorrow. I don't have like a full crazy blown out cheat day, because that's how you screw up your numbers, is by having a full day of just anarchy and chaos of trying to fit in as many foods as you possibly can. It creates an unhealthy relationship with food. It really leads to like an insane surplus of calories. You just don't feel good after that. And I used to do that. Honestly, I used to do that, and I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And I hated the way I felt about food and my relationship, which was so restrictive. And then it was like blowing it out. Now what I do is I do more of a macros approach during the week, where I eat 80% of the foods that are really healthy and nutritious, and then I fit in some of my favorite foods like the Trader Joe's peanut butter cups. And then on the weekend, I give myself like one dose of cupcakes and maybe a slice of pizza or two. So I'm doing it in smaller doses on the weekend, as opposed to having a crazy day where I just fit in everything. And when I mean intentionality, is like hitting those numbers all throughout the week. And now it's Friday, so now I'm gonna give myself this treat. But I also prepared. I prepared today. And how do you prepare to eat 3 cupcakes? Well, I worked out this morning. I did my intermittent fasting. I fasted for 18 hours. I ate super low carb for my first like one meal and snack of the day. So I've eaten 900 calories so far today. Only 900 calories. And those calories came from mostly protein and a little bit of fat. So now I'm like primed to take these cupcakes in and eat them, because I have a ton of room with carbohydrates and fats, and I have a lot of calories, right? If I could eat 2,500 calories to 3,000 calories in a day, I know these are 500 calories a piece. 500, 1,000, 1,500. I've eaten 900 calories today. So now I'm up to 1,500 with these cupcakes plus the 900. That's about 2,400 calories right there. I'm well within my range, and I could still have one more meal for the day and still hit my calorie numbers for the day. And I didn't even go over them. That's intentionality with your food. That's intentionality with your eating. That's how you can eat multiple cupcakes throughout the day. Or like I'm gonna eat 3 right now in one sitting, and that's how I'm able to do that and still maintain my six-pack, still get crazy results, still be the rippest, most in shape guy ever in the Red Velvet Club. That's what I'm talking about, sprinkles. I get to skip the line, baby. So you, as you're watching this video and as you're thinking like, how do I do this? What do I do? What is it? The first thing I would say was make sure you're adopting my STC method for training. Do that, because that's gonna boost your metabolism and prime you to be able to burn off a lot of the carb heavy foods, or the more of the cheat foods. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is get intentionality around your food and your eating. If you're not tracking anything, if you're not tracking your portions or tracking your macros, or really doing anything of that sort, you're completely guessing. And science has shown us with the book Mindless Eating, which is a fantastic book, that the mindless margin, the margin of error you have before you really start to feel and notice a caloric surplus, is about 500. It's about 500. So what that means is, like, there are days that you know you overeat, that you're like, oh, wow, I just blew it out today and I feel like really full and heavy. But it takes about 500 calories before you get to that point. So think about it. If you can eat about 500 calories before you get to that point, that's a lot. And if you eat 500 calories over every single day, or even if you just go 200, 200, 300, 400, and if you're just constantly eating just a little bit over, that's how the weight creeps up so fast. And all of a sudden, 6 months, 12 months down the road, you're like, what, how'd I get this 20 pounds? Where'd it come from? That's how it happens. It's in that mindless margin, right? So, but if you kind of prepare ahead of time and you're dialing things in and you're smart with it and intentional, you're doing your fasting, you're hitting your numbers throughout the week, then you can have that cheat on the weekend. And hell, like I said, for me, it's still gonna even pretty much come close to fitting in my macros, no problem. And I'm not gonna gain an ounce of body fat for eating 3 cupcakes. That's how you do it. That's how you're smart about it. That's how I teach my clients to do it. And that's how they're able to eat cupcakes, pizza, have cocktails, whatever, and still get insane results. And that's how I'm able to do it and still maintain my 6-pack lean physique 365 days throughout the year. Now, time to eat some cupcakes. So just to prove that I do actually eat these things, I'm going to show you and give you a little bit of evidence and proof that yes, I do actually eat these cupcakes. I don't just throw them out. And I certainly don't just stare at them. No, I eat them. This is the Old Fashioned from Sprinkles. It's a special. I love the specials that Sprinkles does. I'm a huge fan of the specials. So first thing you want to do when eating a cupcake is you don't fully undress the cupcake. No, you take the skirt down only a little bit. You keep the skirt on. You don't fully undress the cupcake yet. You haven't earned it yet. So you just peel it down. You give it a nice little smell. Woo! That smells good. Cinnamon and spice, sugar. Wow, it smells good. Then you go for it. And you savor every bite. Wow. That does taste like an old-fashioned. And you get your glass of unsweetened almond milk because you don't want to get a bunch of calories from the almond milk. That's not the point. Which complements it very nicely. This is an excellent cupcake. It actually does taste like an old-fashioned, which I'm a fan of. So I'm going to take one more bite, and then we'll close off this video. Wow. Boy, that is just fantastic. I love Sprinkles. I just got to say that. I love cupcakes. I love Sprinkles. I don't want to give these kinds of foods off. I don't restrict myself. I enjoy them. I just do it smartly and intentionally and in a manner that allows me to achieve and even maintain my 6-pack lean physique while enjoying my favorite foods. And that's what I want for you too. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment below. Let me know. Reach out to me if you are curious about any of this stuff I talked about, my STC method, or if you're curious about how you can eat just like this and still get 6-pack abs. I'm Action Jackson. I'll see you later.